stated when you capture around 10 demonic beasts, you may acquire one. With good luck, you may get 2, and if you have bad luck, you could get none. Prince said that if it's him, he thinks Xanon knows what meaning this little piece holds for them, then he is ready to accept it. Xanax replied, "It would be an honor," Prince replied. "Good answer." Prince stated that Prince Ricardes, he is sure they sent him to die on this trip. But since good opportunities are hard to come by, he really wants to have him. The holy power of him might prove to be quite useful for him. Xanon thought, so this is what it feels like. An endless flow of power and extremely enhanced physical capabilities. He feel like he have been reborn. Prince stated that he has faith in him and wants him to bring back what he desires. After some time, Xanon thought he feels like he can do anything. One of them stated they will pass through here soon. Capture the second prince before the delegation passes the border. If it seems like they will lose them, then kill them. Rosalind thought to block their path. Left, right, and a few more on the rear. They are completely surrounded, and her hearing is being dulled by the rain. The captain shouted, "Prepare for battle. Protect the carriage." One of them attacked the captain, and the captain thought, incredible strength. Then he shouted, "Execute the plan." Suddenly, they shouted that the carriage is running away, the white carriage of the second prince, but the other carriage is headed in the opposite direction. That person thought they are running like cowards, then the captain jumped on his horse and get away. That person thought the direction the white carriage went, he ordered the groups to go in both directions. Xanon thought, why is that carriage still here? Did the prince not give them any orders? No, it's suspicious that it's still here. Perhaps they are part of the second prince's scheme. Rosalind revealed herself, and Xanon stated he guesses they are the Forsaken ones. There's no time to waste, kill them all. So, all of them attacked the carriage. Xanon thought, what a bore, with this many people, he didn't have to step in. Suddenly, he was shocked. Then he thought she overthrew a member that's been strengthened by the fragment that easily. Rosalind killed one of them. Xanon thought, what did he just see? Rosalind thought every opponent seems to possess abnormally strong demonic energy. Strategically speaking, they are at quite a disadvantage. In order to endure this threat, they must become stronger too, with the strength of the most powerful thing she devoured, the power of the beast. Xanon thought, just what is the nature of that knight? She is dangerously powerful. He should remember her. But for now, he have to confirm the identity of the person aboard this carriage. What? There is nobody here. Where did they go? Did they leave it empty on purpose? Wait a minute, come to think of it, even if a few of them are skilled, we obviously outnumber them, as long as this battle doesn't take too long. The ones who have been taken down are mostly members of the Black Moon. It's suspicious. Perhaps they are part of the scheme. What did he miss here? On the other hand, suddenly the guy thought, what's going on? The eagle is killing a person. Why did it have to be an eagle? They say when Idelabim appears to bless humans, she incarnates in the form of an eagle. That's just nonsense. The eagle picked up the sword to save the captain. Then the captain thought, so there are traps. The guy stated they think they were just waiting around without any preparations. The game of tag is over. Hand over the second prince. The fifth prince came out of the carriage. On the other hand, Rosalind killed one by one. Raymond got injured. Suddenly, Prince's hand came, and after that, he was fully healed. Suddenly, Xanon attacked Prince, and then Prince defended himself. Xanon thought he knew it. Prince revealed himself. Before the attack, Prince stated Hakabe's side will not attempt to kill him in a rush, as he desires his holy power. Then they will try to capture him alive, and they will not use the fragment, as there is no cure from the beginning. They need to separate them into as many groups as possible, while their guard is down. He didn't think that Prince Hakabe would try to win merely by outnumbering them, but this confirms it. If there are humans that are able to use this strong concentration of demonic energy, there could be an incredible biological weapon. In the present time, Prince thought his vigor is extraordinary. He doesn't know how they made use of that fragment. Suddenly, someone hit Xanon from behind. Prince stated, Rosalind, He don't think his hurt can take it anymore, so please try and use a sword during battle. On the other hand, fifth prince run away, the guy stated. Let them go. Their target is the second prince. He thought if the fifth prince, who was expected to avoid the battle, is here, then that means the second prince is not inside that carriage. Why do they struggle without meaning? Then he stated he will head back and track down the second prince. One group stays behind, and the rest behead those idiots before they come back. The captain stated their only remaining objective is to survive and get back to him. Everything is for the prince. Then the scene changes. Rosalind kills another one, and then she sees Xanon trying to attack Prince again. Xanon throws knives, and Rosalind saves the prince. Raymond pushes his sword into him. Prince stated they have wasted a lot of time, let's move. Rosalind thought this sensation, it can't be. Then, on the other side, the captain was deeply wounded. The monster guy stated, to think he would lose this much, this is the end. Suddenly, he was shocked and thought, what was that just now? A bear appeared and killed him, then it attacked those guys, killing many of them. The captain stated he didn't know what was happening, but it seemed like they finally got a room to breathe, so they should retreat and not fight. A knight asked the captain if he saw that beast. The captain replied, its fur was drenched in blood when it appeared. He believed that the group that followed His Highness was already attacked. Rosalind noticed the knight going down, and she picked him up. Prince stated, those veins that appear black, this symptom is an addiction to the fragment. Rosalind thought, as expected, were those daggers coated in poison, the symptoms this body is experiencing. Prince tried to heal him, and the knight said, Your Highness, he have already spent a lot of his strength during the battle. Since we still have a long way to go, he should reserve his strength. Prince stated they just have to go a little bit further until they get to their destination. The knight replied that he would walk in a different direction. If they make tracks on the way, perhaps he could confuse the enemy. After that, he walked away. After some time, the guy stated, they have been obliterated, a bear and an eagle. So many unexpected obstructions, just what could have happened here? Let's see if there's anything that could be clue. Suddenly, he saw a fragment bottle in Xanon's hand. The bald person thought, so he is the leader of the second group, as expected. It's the fragment bottle. He told him not to take it unless it was an absolute emergency. What a disgrace to the prince. Track down those mousy idiots, find them, and kill them all. On the other hand, the knight stated, since they have come this far, it will be difficult for them to discover their tracks in the dark. He think it's best if Your Highness gets some rest. Rosalind spoke, Your Highness, have some jerky. The prince spoke, so she is over there. Rosalind thought, humans can't see so well in the dark. Then she asked, can he not see her? The prince replied, no, it's too dark. Is she over here? The next moment, Rosalind put jerky in his mouth. The prince thought, she shoved it in his mouth just because he didn't take it from her the first time. The prince told her, please just put it in his hand. Then the prince thought, they came this far through a great sacrifice. Again, the weight of his survival gets heavier. After some time, the prince asked, what is this? It's ticklish. No, it's just Rosalind's hair. Then the prince said, her hair shouldn't be in front of his face. She acted on her own will again. What was that? Is he insane? Rosalind asked, did he manage to get some sleep? The prince asked, they have a long way to go today. Why did she do such a thing knowing it would strain her leg? Rosalind replied, she tried to offer him her arm because he was sleeping on the ground, but she figured her lap would be more comfortable. Is her lap not to his satisfaction? Then she will offer him her arm. In the next morning, the knights were happy that thankfully the day seemed bright today. He didn't think it's going to rain today. Rosalind thought, she knows it's a human body, but the recovery rate is way too slow. Is this the effect of the fragment? Why doesn't she cut off this limb before the poison spreads any further? No, in the current situation, if she is completely missing her arm and shoulder, it will prove to be more dangerous. Her balance will be off during battle as well. It's all right for now since she is still able to move. Is this Macaron? No, that's not her. That is an ambush. His Highness is in danger. The next scene, Rosalind stated they are tailing them. Please leave fast, she will stay behind. The enemy is approaching fast, and someone has to stay behind to keep them distracted. The prince shouted, but she does not need to be that person. Rosalind replied they are probably using the fragment. It's better if she stays. She has already developed an addiction. The progress is slow, and there is no denying this is from the fragment. Prince was shocked. The knight stated he needs to leave. Your Highness, every second counts, as she said. Prince thought every time this will happen, his people tell him they will become the stepping stone so he does not walk in vain. So please embody the spirit of Idelibim with every step he takes. Rosalind stated, Your Highness, please go forward. Prince replied he cannot stop, so she must come to him. Rosalind thought he is so warm. Then, after some time, Rosalind threw her dagger to kill the bird. She thought there are 12 in total. There are fewer of them than she thought. In the next scene, the bald person stated she is very brave to stand against them alone. If she hands over the prince, he will let her live. It will be in her best interest to cooperate. If she doesn't want to become like her comrade, who was ripped apart limb by limb for mousy little shits, she surely laid some bothersome traps. Rosalind replied, He is the one who will be dying. Nobody will pass through here alive. She will not let them, as she no longer has to pay attention to anything else. The next moment, one of them goes down, then another one is done and dusted. Rosalind thought the poison is spreading faster. Since her movements have increased, she needs to wrap this up quickly before it spreads completely. After that, she kills one after another. The bald person remains. He thought, could this be an insurmountable pressure and force? It cannot be from a human. Rosalind asked if there are any more chasing after him. The bald person replied, as soon as they confirmed that it's bait, they were supposed to meet up. It's 11 and another group of 20. The person thought, a demon or a monster. No, it's different from those, perhaps. Then he asked if she is perhaps Kreen Tidanian. Rosalind killed him, and thought he was just muttering idiotic things until the very end. Then the scene changed. The knight stated, This is the intercepting point. It seems they got here first, Prince thought. Even how many people will survive this expedition? The knight spoke. He thinks Prince better get some rest. Then, after some time, Prince asked, Who is that? So this is a dream. Even he thinks he is going down the right path. He has never left anything in his hands to grasp, so he is tired. Rosalind replied, She will catch a rabbit for him. If he eats something delicious, he will get his energy back. Prince spoke. It's scary to think how easily humans die. He is absolutely terrified down to his bones. He is scared she might die. He cannot stop, so she must come to him. Rosalind stated she apologizes. She cannot come to him because her shoulder is injured. Prince replied, Come to him with her swift legs. Rosalind told him her legs are injured as well. Prince spoke, then crawled to him. Don't die when he is not around. Then suddenly, Prince woke up. He was shocked. Rosalind came and spoke. There is no one chasing them, so go slowly. Prince replied, Let's go slowly together. Good work. Then Prince thought, his holy powers are not effective. He knew he would not be able to cure the poison. But this is the first time. His holy powers are only circulating and not being absorbed at all. Why is that? Is it because the addiction is too severe? Well, regardless, even if it's just a little, even if the tiniest bit of holy powers should work, please. On the outside of the room, the knight stated, Sir Raymond, why don't he go inside and see what's going on, since he have been with Rosalind when she was a junior knight? Raymond replied, Yes, Rosalind did her best. He is right. Now he himself fulfilled his duties as well. The vice-captain thought, recently, His Highness seemed to treasure Rosalind as well, because she was a knight who put in the effort and accomplished as much. But the fact that His Highness is in a position where he suffers as much as he treasures anyone, especially unfortunate today. Then, at night, grab it and kill it. The shadow of the forest harms humans. They didn't hurt anyone. Let's escape further in. further into the forest, so that they may hide until everyone forgets about them. But no. They must fight and kill until there is no one left to hurt them. They won't forgive, no matter what, and will return no matter the cost, by becoming the monster she spoke of. The darkness that harms and consumes humans. Rosalind woke up and then thought, where is this place? Then the eagle came and shouted, Rosalind. Even though she was worried about her, Rosalind asked, what about His Highness? Macaron replied, she was worried about her because she died and came back to life, and that's what she is concerned about. That silver-haired human is better off than she, so she doesn't have to worry, same for the other idiots. Ilebenia was ambushed by the Black Moon. Shortly after successfully returning from the exchange with Balta, the borders were broken down to collect the bodies of the deceased knights, due to the cooperation of the King of Balta. Knights were searching the area, when one of them stated that there is only one person who battled here. The other one replied, yes, the advanced knight Rosalind. The first one spoke. But what was all of this? Is it really done by a human? On the other hand, Cecil stated, she must have developed close feelings, because she saw her lying down a few times already. Since she awakened a few times while being protected like this before, she knows that Rosalind just woke up. But there are a lot of people looking for her right now, but there is no need to be concerned. This is the county of Dry Thornbush. Nobody is allowed to step foot in this place unless she gives them permission. So, why don't we eat first? In the next scene, Rosalind asked if Prince is all right. Cecil replied, he departed for the royal palace yesterday, and of course, he was fine. Then Cecil thought Rosalind was implying that the second prince is more important than her own well-being, when she is the one grilled right now over the whole empire. Prince was usually careful as well, but he was so overprotective for her. When the knight asked if he will take care of her, Prince replied he will carry on himself. Then he treated her with extreme care. Cecil stated she should not be so concerned since she was unconscious for 5 whole days. Rosalind was shocked that she was unconscious for 5 whole days. She hasn't eaten anything for the past 5 days. Cecile spoke. She thinks His Highness seems to have deeper feelings right now. She should eat quickly. His Highness informed them to give her meat as soon as he got up, and not any of the patient diet crap. He said to feed her not just any meat but delicious meat. Then Rosalind ate the meat. Macaron ate as well, Cecil stated. Listen while she is eating. There is a rumor that spread over the entire empire about her. They say she is a demonic human. At the palace, the person shouted, what kind of evil omen is this, that the elder daughter of the red wheelbarrow is a demonic human? They need to sort that demonic human out as soon as possible. The human with this power, they must not leave her by His Highness' side. Raymond stated, Rosalind protected them with her extraordinary skills. All of the knights who were part of the dedication vouched for that. The second prince spoke, even if Rosalind were a demonic human, and even if this was omitted by the red wheelbarrow, it does not change the fact that Rosalind risked her life to save his. Do he mean to say that this bad karma is worth more than his life? The crown prince stated, since his younger brother has been blessed by Idelabim, as well as Korean Tidanian, how much of a happy occasion is it that he was able to return safely? What does it matter if a demonic human is by his side when he is safe? The second prince spoke. He wasn't aware of the first prince's deep concern for his brother. He worries that his brother will be busy, but as his brother knows, he has received more than enough on his trip as part of the delegation. The first prince stated, it seems to be concerned about nothing. The scene changed. Rosalind replied, no. Cecil asked she heard Rosalind defended herself against the Black Moon all alone, and they said a part of the forest was horrendously damaged. Rosalind replied, yes, because they were weak and because she is extremely strong. Cecil was laughing while saying, Rosalind seems to be much more shameless than she thought, but she likes it. She is sure the reaction of the people, when they hear of the White Knight's return, will be far greater than what even she can imagine. The person who is receiving the greatest amount of attention is Rosalind, a speciously strong knight who overcame the addiction of the fragment for which there is no cure. Count Red Wheelbarrow stepped up to face these rumors. He delivered a long explanation of 23 pages to the royal family. Rosalind stated, her father called her a demonic human, but yes, that's right, she is a demonic human. Cecil spoke. She understands that Rosalind did not want to expose herself, since the Empire has a long-rooted history of rejecting demonic humans, but her circumstances are a bit different right now. She is powerful enough to tear apart the Black Moon, and loyal enough to risk her life for the second prince. Additionally, she is a trustworthy demonic human from a highly noble family with an extensive history. Rumors spread too fast. It's as if someone has intentionally spread them. Rosalind was stopped for a moment. Cecil thought, did Rosalind realize the grave situation she is in and lose her appetite? How sad. Rosalind stated, these are macarons. These are so sweet, Cecil thought. Could it be that Rosalind doesn't have much thought for the situation right now? On the other hand, Prince of Balta stated, they have 38, and we have it. Isn't it correct to say that they have 38 casualties, and we only have 8 survivors? When we have sent how many times, the number of people compared to the number of their delegation, what an embarrassment. Why did Dry Thornbush and Red Wheelbarrow Order help the delegation? One is neutral, and the other supports the first prince. There is no reason for them to support the second prince. The Prime Minister replied, he does not know the intent of Dry Thornbush, but the Red Wheelbarrow. Prince thought, there was one knight from Red Wheelbarrow. Then he thought, since she was a direct guard of the second prince, he is sure she is dead already. He did think it would be sad if she died. It feels worse than he expected. The Prime Minister told him, apparently, that knight faced off against more than 30 assassins by herself, Prince stated. Incredible. That was truly incredible. Even if it's a demonic human, they could only physically enhance their bodies partially or have superhuman strength. Right, there are beings that could change their forms like monsters and outperform demonic humans. If there is such a thing as fate, wouldn't this be it, since the world has crossed their paths? Now he knew there was a reason. He was attracted to her the moment he saw her. Now they will not be pursuing the second prince for the next while. No reason to lower by getting on his bad side. Rosalind, is she his Black Moon? He will go to Ilebenia. The current emperor of Ilebenia was always left with support as a leader in the empire due to misunderstandings among the nobles. He was barely able to secure the throne, and since he had the least amount of holy power out of his predecessors, it always seemed to drag him down. It rooted a deep doubt in the emperor for the citizens, and the emperor also could not ignore the atmosphere around him. He even went so far as to prohibit the mention of the first prince's outstanding holy power when he was 4 years old. If the second prince had not appeared out of the blue, the prince would have been supported by countless people to claim the throne eventually. The second prince brought over a piece of dark crimson fragment, containing demonic powers that would be able to rip apart and analyze the power of their long-term enemy, the Black Moon. It would prove to be the most precious gift to the emperor, who wanted to prove his power during his reign. Cecil thought the second prince had taken a crisis and turned it into the most perfect opportunity. She didn't know whether to call it incredibly bad luck. And that man would also receive something in return. She doubted he ever wanted anything in the first place. In the next scene, Cecil asked she heard he was going to the capital with the second prince. Duke replied there are quite a few things he has to take care of at the royal palace because of this incident. After some time, Cecil asked where she thinks she is going. Patient. Rosalind replied, royal palace. Cecil told her no, she is a patient, she needs to rest more. Rosalind replied she doesn't feel sick at all, she's completely fine. Cecil told her society does not deem a patient to be well immediately. Cecil thought second prince told her to protect Rosalind until she can be treated better. And Duke doesn't want his daughter to be showcased everywhere. It's such a rare opportunity for them to be indebted to her like this. In the next scene, Macaron asked if this is the first time she has been to such a place. Rosalind replied, after the contract, she opened her eyes at the Red Wheelbarrow Castle, and since then, she has been to the royal palace. So this is the first time she is seeing something like this. People are chatting. Look at that person, the red wheelbarrow, and the second prince. Yes, that person, the demonic human. Rosalind stated Macaron should not do that. Back in Cecil's palace, Calix asked, "What did she say?" Cecil replied, "His sister is playing at the market. There is nothing to worry about. The neighborhoods are pretty safe in her territory." Calix replied, "That's not the problem. The problem is his sister." In the market, Rosalind asked, "Is it right for her to eat this apple?" Then at the next store, Rosalind asked, "Can she eat this?" The store owner replied, "Of course," and then she gathered too many things from different stores. Rosalind asked, "Do she have to give them something in exchange?" Macaron replied, "When she was living as a human, she always made a trade. It is different here because it is a big village." After some time, Calix thought he could find her easily once he came here, but there seemed to be more people than he thought. Then Calix bought flowers, and asked the flower shop owner if she had seen a woman in her mid-20s with black hair. They replied that she passed by around 20 minutes ago. The little girl whispered, should they tell him she went by a store and took a bunch of kebabs? It didn't seem like he paid for them. Calix thought, no wonder she kept enclosing her salary every time. She sent a letter from the royal palace. Then Calix went to every shop where Rosalind bought things and paid them. During the search for Rosalind, Calix heard people chatting. Look who is there, the rich and pretty Calix, such a cute person. Calix thought, sister, what did she say about him? Then Calix saw Rosalind and shouted her name. Rosalind came, and people were chatting. Look at the brother and sister. They are nearly identical. They both look nice, but the cutie is Calix. Then both of them hugged. Calix spoke. He is so happy she came back safely. That's what he wanted to tell her. Rosalind replied, yes, she is back. Then, after some time, Rosalind asked, everything has a cost, and she must pay the price. Calix replied, yes, if she is able to make the payment later, it could be considered a credit, but if she does not pay it off, she will be considered a thief or a robber. Calix told her he paid for all of the transactions she has made, so just bear that in mind going forward. Rosalind replied, okay, and thought, what a beautiful scent. Rosalind stated she learned this from Raymond. Calix asked, what? Rosalind spoke, that's how he looked pretty. Calix thought, Raymond, what an idiot. Then at the castle, Calix stated he had heard rumors that there are a lot of demonic humans in Vista. Since it's the border region, he guessed it was true. There are those who become great warriors, but there are more who choose to walk the path of darkness, using their physical advantages. Then Calix asked, what's with that mouse? Rosalind replied, Macaron. This is her brother, Calix, and brother, this is her friend Macaron. The next moment, Macaron changed her shape and stated she is telling him this now, but depending on the situation, she will always change. There is no unyielding trust or a relationship that lasts forever. So whatever he is, she doesn't trust him, the kind and pretty Calix. It's always hard to protect and easy to desert. Just hope that he doesn't take the easy way out. Calix replied, there is no need to worry. Macaron stated, since Rosalind is vouching for him to that extent, she will allow him to call her Macaron. He must always leave gratefully and bear what she said in mind. Calix replied, yes, ma'am. The second prince thought, Mother said there is always snow, and the wind feels like it could slice their skin, and the darkness always comes when they barely blink, making the cold even more miserable. Everywhere and everyone will feel like winter to him. It's going to be hard, but he can endure it. Though humans may be weak, they can always become stronger to protect what's precious to them. He must be patient and endure it. The prince replied, yes, Mother, then asked, what is he waiting for, and for how long? The prince woke up and thought. Mother responded to him. Isirian asked if he looked tired. Did he not sleep well? Prince replied that his mother appeared in his dream, and there was a situation relevant to what he was experiencing right now. Yes, she sure said something to comfort a scared child. Then, Lewin came and stated he took a look around after receiving Prince's order. It seems the nobles of Balta are highly suspicious lately. From what he heard, Prince Hakabe is preparing to come to Ilebenia for the National Foundation celebration. The second prince thought, why is Prince Hakabe planning on visiting at a time like this? Lewin stated additionally that there is a gift sent to the first prince, and he is sure Prince will receive it by tomorrow. Seeing that the other nobles are quiet, he thinks the threat scared them off. Then Lewin asked, Your Highness, isn't it the first time you have taken an offensive stance? Prince replied, It's always more scary when they behave in an unpredictable manner, as we never know what's coming next. It's pretty tough to do something he haven't done before. Learning about all their dirty preferences, when he have no intention of knowing, makes him feel skeptical. Lewin stated that he's sure he can take a wild guess. It probably starts out with Rosalind. Then he thought, why is Prince going so far for Rosalind? Shouldn't he be going down the righteous path while the enemies tear at Rosalind? Prince thought he told him not to speak, yet he is saying everything through his facial expression. Then Prince asked if he believed that humans can become stronger to protect something precious to them. Lewin replied, yes. The scene changed, and the fifth prince asked what's the matter. The first prince spoke that the Black Moon idiots have ceased all communications. He hired an assassination guild from Ilbenia and sent them to him in a rush, and the arrogant second prince sent him a gift in return. In the morning, the royal chef opened his pot and nearly fainted. They shoved the corpses of the assassination guild members inside the pot. This is the first time he had such a sharp reaction, even pretended to be fine when his sister died. Now he is sure that Rosalind, the demonic hero, has something to do with that idiot. Humans become weaker when they have something precious. So Diaz's friendly relationship with the daughter of the Red Wheelbarrow, Diaz replied, yes, brother. The first prince stated he really is useful, knowing why he is here because he knows his place. Now Diaz understands why he was looking for him. Diaz replied he always envisioned the day the first prince wears the golden crown of laurel wreath. The first prince stated, yes, that's how it should. Diaz thought, Rosalind, since then, and even now, she always makes him so weak and miserable. On the other hand, Calix stated there is a meeting being held at the royal palace regarding the treatment, and it was a unanimous vote to give the second prince full authority. Alter spoke that he heard some mishaps occurred within some of the nobility households recently. The reason these events were not publicized is because they were all, to put it frankly, occurring when there were already suspicious or strange activities. Coincidentally, all of the nobility were supporters of the first prince, so there was no need for second prince to pressure them during the meeting. Calix thought, come to think of it, sister, rumors spread extraordinarily fast as well. The fact that she was a demonic human, and that she protected the prince with her powers. Second prince always takes a defensive stance, and builds a wall against all the external pressure he has faced so far. Yet, this time, he is acting as if he has no intention of hiding his presence any longer, as if he wants to let the world know second prince is protecting his sister. Alter stated, this is a letter that was addressed to him specifically. Calix thought, why would Prince send him a letter? Then, after some time, Calix